I want to basically just kind of double down on something. I know for many of you in our review today, I've been giving you a little bit of tough love, right? I've been saying, hey, it's not quite there. If you want to get to the next level or you want to get to a marketable level, you have to do X, Y, or Z. You're really going to have to go study, new styles, or you're really going to have to go think about updating and upgrading some of the sounds or the VSTs that you're using. And I know that probably hearing that is not comfortable because I heard it early in my career and it was not comfortable for me to hear it either. But I hope that, as a part of your guys' experience here in Pro Feedback, the biggest thing that I really want you guys to take away from this is that these little points of pain that I might be giving you guys, what I hope, the reason why it probably hurts a little bit is because it's course correction. So course correction never feels good in the moment. In the moment of somebody saying, hey, you're doing this, if you keep doing this, you're going to find these problems like we've been talking about already. Limited opportunities, libraries probably saying, not relevant, not modern enough for us, or kind of sounds like a lot of other stuff that's already out there. Or we've talked about using pre-established royalty-free vocal loops or pre-made melody loops, that kind of thing. That kind of stuff is just going to be pain for you in the future. So what I'm doing right now, I hope this is how you guys take this, is I'm giving you a little bit of pain today, just a tiny bit, a little pain, a little bit of truth pain, because I don't want you to face in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. These are real stories, guys, that I've heard. I get on my email, and I don't like to see them, but I do get them, of producers that didn't get a little bit of this pain right now. They didn't take their medicine soon enough. And so they found that in 6 months, a year, 2 years, they are still struggling. They still have no placements. They have nobody accepting their music. They're throwing their music out to everybody. Nobody's replying. Nobody's even saying yes or no to them. They're getting ghosted by everybody. And they start to get very bitter about the industry because they're like, nobody's giving me a chance. Everybody's just passing me over. This is a bunch of nonsense. So I hope you guys are taking this as a sort of a tiny little bit of pain course correction, as a part of your pro feedback experience to start to change trajectory, right? And so I hope all of you guys, all of you that I gave feedback for, notes for, come back next month, please do. And hopefully you take my notes with some seriousness and you take it, at heart that I'm trying to really help. And we can start to basically fix a lot of these issues and have you a little bit more on a licensable direction, more of a marketable direction, really ultimately a more profitable direction. And no, it might not happen in 1 month or 2 months. It might take some time before you kind of get to there. You can ask Carlos. Carlos has been with us for a long time, but I've seen him and I've helped coach him, as many of our other pros have here, to go from something that's not quite licensable to something that's much more licensable, much more marketable, much more ready for a production music library to say yes to. And he's actually been seeing production music libraries say yes to him as a result of a lot of the feedback and the reviews that he's gotten here on the platform. So just know that. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of, I get it, if you're a little bit mad at me and you don't like hearing these things because it's a little uncomfortable, totally understandable. But I hope that in due time, you'll look back at some of these reviews and go, yeah, that stung, didn't feel good, didn't like to hear that. And I think you guys are very brave for putting your music out here for the rest of us to hear and to get some reviews and to get some feedback. It doesn't, you guys have a lot of bravery and, I admire you guys for doing that. That's not an easy thing to do. I personally struggle doing that. So you guys have a lot of, big cojones essentially for putting your music out there. But I hope you guys can look back in due time to realize that might have stung a little bit, but man, at least he kept it real with me. Now I'm on a much better trajectory. Now I'm going in a better direction. So just imagine yourself today in 6 months looking back on this kind of review session and go, yeah, it stung, but that's exactly what I needed to get my buck back into a more, professional and marketable and hopefully profitable direction with your music.